A man who killed his ex-partner's sister and her 3 children by setting fire to their house has been sentenced to a whole life order. Antonia Gawith said she was haunted because she was the intended target of the arson attack by her former boyfriend Shiraz Ali. Knowing they died because someone wanted to kill me is a torment I can never put into words, she told the sentencing hearing on Friday. Antonia's sister, Bryony Gawith, 29, and Bryony's 3 children, Destiny Bertle, 9, Oscar Bertle, 5, and Aubrey Bertle, 22 months, died in the blaze that was started at their home in Bradford. Shiraz Ali, 40, was motivated by jealousy and fueled by drink and drugs when he turned up at the house in the early hours of August the 21st, 2024. Antonia, who had ended an abusive 7-year relationship with Ali, managed to escape the fire, but Bryony and her 3 children died. Sentencing Ali to a whole life order, meaning he will never be released from prison, the judge, Mr. Justice Hillard, said Ali's intention was to wipe out the family.
The effects of these crimes have been movingly set out for me. Brian Gawith is Bryony's father and grandfather to the 3 children. He and his partner Louise explained that what has happened has torn their world apart. As he puts it, 4 beautiful members of their family have been stolen from them in the most horrific way possible. How, he asks, do we move on from this? Rachel Gawith is Bryony's mother and grandmother to the 3 children and has painted a picture of the distinctive character of each of them. She points out that for a parent to lose a child is heartbreaking, but the lives of 3 grandchildren have been taken too. There are no more parties on birthdays for them, she explains. Now they visit the cemetery. Shiraz Ali, for the murder of Bryony Gawith, the murder of Dynasty Bertle, the murder of Oscar Bertle, and the murder of Aubrey Bertle. The sentence for each offence is one of imprisonment for life with a whole life order. For the attempted murder of Antonia Gawith, the sentence is one of 37 years imprisonment. Callum Sunderland, for the manslaughter of Bryony Gawith, Dynasty Bertle, Oscar Bertle, and Aubrey Bertle, the sentence is one of imprisonment for life. You must serve the minimum term which I will specify, and thereafter you will only be released when the parole board judges that it is safe to do so.
Antonia tearfully told the hearing that Bryony's children were my babies, my joy. She said, what haunts me the most is the attack was meant for me. I was the target. Petrol was poured on me and my life was meant to end that night. I can't escape the thought that I was spared when they were taken. How can I move on when they never had the chance to? Sobs could be heard from the family members in the public gallery as Antonia said Bryony had warmth that could fill a room and a heart so big she would give the world away if she could. Callum Sunderland, 27, a crack cocaine addict who went with Ali to the house and kicked in the door for him, was jailed for life with a minimum term of 18 years for manslaughter.
Chicken, yeah. Chicken.
The judge said Bryony acted with immense courage by staying in the house with her children when she saw Ali pouring petrol around, although she must have known what Mr. Ali was going to do. There was no way she was going to run out of the house and desert her children, he said. She remained at the top of the stairs to protect them. Bryony acted with immense courage. I hope that will be how her family will remember her last moments. The judge said substantial premeditation went into the murders, adding I'm sure on all the evidence that Ali had determined to burn down the house and anyone in it, including the children, if Antonia did not change her mind. She did not do so. He said he was sure that Sunderland knew the house was occupied and agreed to an extraordinary dangerous scheme, adding he played with fire and 4 people died as a result. During the trial, Antonia Gawith described trying to get upstairs to her sister and the children, but was being kept away as she was still covered in petrol. They said it wasn't safe. I was just begging them all and screaming and crying. I just wanted to save them, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do anything. They wouldn't let me go up. I just wanted to be with her. Before the sentencing hearing, DC Stacey Atterson, who led the investigation, said Ali knew the children were in the house and knew that they would have no way of escape.
This was a really distressing case to investigate involving the killing of a mother and her 3 young children and of course the attempted murder of another in the most horrific way anybody can imagine. A whole family was destroyed in a matter of seconds, and I cannot comprehend how terrified they must have been in those final seconds. Antonia, of course, has had to live through the past year and a half with her own pain and grief and trauma, and whilst we welcome today's sentences, we recognise that no sentence will ever be able to bring back Bryony, Dennisty, Oscar and Aubrey, who had their whole lives ahead of them, and Shiraz Ali and Caleb Sunderland have taken that away from them.
Ali, a drug dealer, was rescued from the fire by police officers but suffered serious injuries and was initially not expected to survive. He was put on trial last year after coming out of a coma and recovering enough to be charged. Jurors were told that Ali suffered burns 70% of his body, that 2 of his fingers on each of his hands had to be amputated, and that he still used oxygen and had difficulty speaking. Right, so I'm going to sum this one up in a nutshell. Firstly, this is one of the most heartbreaking stories I have covered since being a news reporter. It really had me feeling some type of way. Unfortunately, we have to share the world with scumbags like these two. But this is more about the innocent family who was spitefully killed in a cruel, deliberate fire. My sympathy and my condolences goes out to them all.